Alright, so we're working with a '06 Nissan Murano. Doing the spark plugs, valve cover. We're going to do the intake because we got to get to the runners in the back. And let's see if you guys can see that. This is number one, and that is no good. Alright, the other thing is valve cover. Spark plug tubes on these are not serviceable. You have to get the whole valve cover to do the service tubes. And O'Reilly's, Vance, Auto Parts, no one sells those, the seals, because they come with the valve cover. Okay, there are some other things that you need to do when you're going to do, and I'm going to do this in bits. Take off the bolts. As you guys can see, I lay them out over here. One of the other things I like to do is, if I took this bolt out, I'm putting that bolt right back in there, because again, this is an aluminum head and you want to make some type of pattern. As you can see, I put it inside an old filter that belongs to another car. The same pattern layout, so that I know when I'm putting them back in, they're going right back into the same position, and I'm not cross-threading, or whiting out the threads, or messing up any thread inside that aluminum cylinder. The other things that you need to do is release over here. You're going to have to get some clips and release the clips back. Be very careful with this. This is your main harness right here. It's very brittle. You may want to put some type of heat on it a little bit just to get it up. When you want to get it up and out of your way, you're going to have to release all your connectors. You can release this connector right down here. I released it off the bridge so that way I can pick it up. And the way this cover is going to slide this way, up and out. And we're going to push it out this way. I'm going to get this one done and seal this valve. Usually in the shop, I will leave it open, put a rag over it, and do the valve covers and go to the next side. But because I'm out in the field, and as you can see, it's fall, the leaves are falling, so I'm going to do this one first, seal this up and button this one up, and then I'm going to go ahead and start ripping everything else in the back. That's going to be in the second part of the video. Tools you're going to need: 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, disconnected battery, negative first, positive afterwards. Again, this is an electronic vehicle, so please make sure you disconnect this. The other thing we want to do is, because the cam sensor, number one, is shorted out, and I put my scanner, did a test from computer down to the line, and I am getting signal all the way down to the line, so that I know that cam sensor is completely shot. So it's 10 millimeter, turn, slide out, put the new one in, back in again. I already cleared the code, so as soon as I put everything back together again, computer will be in learning mode, and I'm going to turn some parameters on with my scanner, so that way he doesn't have to drive the 100 miles, so that way the system and O2 sensor and the cat can turn on. Just be very gentle with some of this. Oh, the other thing is, you are going to need, before I become a liar, is a Torx. It is a T5, I believe. Yep, T5. Torx, just to release this right here. I haven't released this because I may just leave it all together and just pull the whole manifold with the air clean, the throttle body on there. But just be very careful with it, because whoever was here before, as you can see, and every time you're doing the spark plugs, you got to do the ones in the back, so you got to rip this puppy off over here. So just be very gentle, be very delicate, and again, look at my videos. You're going to see how I do things. I'm going to leave a description on some of the things, especially like on this plastic hose right here. There's a release. Let me see if I can turn this light on. Okay, so see this hose right here. Usually it has this cap right here. This is the lock washer for the plastic. Tap it back really gentle because it's plastic. Again, this is all plastic here, so if you break this right here, you're gonna have to replace the whole valve cover. And again, tap it slowly back, really slowly. I mean, you don't have to use a fucking hammer and all of that shit just trying to whack it, you know, man style. Finesse it. Everything's finesse with this. And then once you got that, again, everything's out. All I got to do is just lift it, slide it out, and put the new seal on it with a little bit of sealant on the corners, especially over here. Seal it all down, button it all down, and I'm gonna just tighten it down to spec right now, just the first pass, okay? There's 2 passes to this, and I'm gonna leave a description on that downstairs at the bottom, and I'm gonna give you guys the link also to go on to my AllData, and you guys can see the torque spedding that each one has. Everything that I have on the website will be through Nissan's service technical thing. So on the AllData, you'll be seeing the torque. You got to do these on 2 passes. So everything will be done in 2 passes, okay? So it will be done in inches, not in foot-pounds. So let's make sure that you guys have a torque wrench that is in inches. So I'm going to teach you guys on how to do how to torque them down the first pass, even without a torque wrench. And then I'm going to show you guys with the torque wrench on how I got it basically down to the right torque. Without using a torque wrench and just using a regular ratchet. If you have any questions, again, leave me a comment down below. I'm not here for thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm just here to give you guys knowledge, so that way you're not spending your hard-earned money on something that's really simple and you can do it at home. It's about 2.5 hours to complete all of this, but I'm stopping just to do videos, and I'm taking a break because I've been on the road all day working on the semi-truck. So I'm going to stop this right here. You guys going to see this already put back on, and I already did the first pass. I already changed out my spark plugs, so that way when I start tearing into this, I'm going to show you guys how to tear into this and some of the things on how to do the things in the back and what you need to disconnect in the back. There's not a lot of room back here, so as you can see, big hands, or you can say gloves, not hands. I'm trying to reach back there. So this is why it's important that we go through here. We're going to loosen up all the 12 millimeters that you see right here, I believe. That's what these are. Let me just make sure before. Yep, 12 millimeters, and you're going to loosen them up, and you're going to loosen them up like the way you take a head gasket. So you're going to start from the middle out, and work your way out that way, okay? So just make sure you start from the middle and work your way out, loosening them up. You start one, bank, one, like that, and loosen them up. Don't try to do this on a hot vehicle, because you will warp the aluminum head out if you take them out just going like this and going back out like that. This thing will bend, and no matter how many times you change this Velcro out, you're going to have basically a lean coat, because of the gasket not sitting down right, and you warp this, the intake. So just make sure you do this properly. And again, I'm going to leave descriptions and links down to the pages, so that way you can see exactly how and where you guys need to do this.